I guess we're live. Let's see. Scheduled for 9:12. Yeah, it looks as if we're live. Now, the problem with this is YouTube Live Control Panel. That's what I need to have up so I can see the comments before we get into it today. Okay. If you're here, you're early, go ahead and type a comment. I want to see if I can see it. Because I'm using like a third-party streaming service. I don't want to know if it's working. Oh, okay. I see your guys' comments. Sorry, I pulled up the YouTube. And I see the comments now. First, yes, we are. Second, you're +1 was first. Perez or Tingler first game. Chill, Ty. We gotta give me a second here. Okay. It would be awesome if I could. There we go. Now it's over here. Okay, we are good. We are good. Sorry, I've never done this before, so I appreciate your forced patience here. Okay. So let me do one quick thing. Pull up my stuff I need. We can go over here. All right. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, use ChatGPT for my pictures. Okay, so we'll just go completely from the beginning. Get your coffee. Hey, I got the coffee today. Got the coffee here. The problem is I use grounds and then I boil the water and do like a pour over situation, and so it's always like 15 minutes out of commission because it's so hot. Bryce Turang 18-1. Okay, so on my page, on my normal desktop, I have a tab, MLB home runs. I open all of these up every morning just like that. It has everything I need for the day. I exit out of some because I'm on a hiatus, right? I'm on a break from actually betting these. And I go over to my my sheet, right? I go back to yesterday. I know we lost this because Kansas City. Was that the only thing that lost yesterday? I went to bed somewhat early. Was Kansas City the only game that we ended up losing? No, Arizona won by 1. Yeah, that was elsewise. Okay, so we marked that as a loss. Also, the hits boost. I know Kerry Carpenter didn't hit, but how close were we on some of these other guys? If it's just Kerry Carpenter, I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna be pretty sad. I don't know who has the patience to tail a 10-leg hits parlay, though. I don't know which one of you just typed it all in. That would be some dedication. Kerry Carpenter and Michael Harris were the only ones. So 8 of 10. In some ways, I think we accept that wasn't too bad for a 90-1 bet. We missed just Kerry Carpenter and Michael Harris. So wow, that's pretty good. But we lose, so that's how the sausage rolls, right? Raymond in here talking about sausage. Good morning, boss. Thought the Adele PCA Soto 3-man. Hey guys, yeah, 8 of 10. We're gonna talk about all of it. Okay, so what I normally would do is I would come over here and I would look at yesterday and I'd go through and I'd type in the total home runs here. I'm not gonna bore you with that. Yesterday, Ellie, I believe, was a victorious thing. Andrew McCutcheon at 8-1 ended up hitting. I was kind of I was doing some other things yesterday, so I know the Contreras brothers. Gosh, can we talk about that? Can we talk about me saying if you want to just play something silly, the Contreras brothers, just play them? Both of them hit a home run, I believe, back to back. Like inning ended, and then the next guy went up and hit. Gavin Sheets hit, so that is good. Ramirez hit. I didn't do too bad yesterday. I wonder if it was a positive day overall. We'll check it and we'll put it on the real video. Okay, so we'll come down here and let me move my chat bar so I can see everything. No, we can't do any round. We're not doing any betting, Raymond. No, don't be a bad influence. I said 2 weeks off from anything not promo. Let me take my 2 weeks. Okay, so then we go to today, and there's early game. So this is a cool little thing that I set up. Now, again, I'm not great with computers, but I'm great with ChatGPT. And I figured out a way, and you guys don't care about this, I know, but you're here for the live stream, so we're going to talk about it. I figured out a way where I could upload all of the logos into a different sheet with their code, with their call. And then when I go over here, right, so today we have Cincinnati and Detroit, and then I just type them in and it generates it with the image. So that's cool. So that saves me a ton of time. If you're wondering, how I go and put the images in every day, which you're probably not. New York, and again, I probably should have had this set up before, but I wanted you guys to see how it all goes. LA, Baltimore, Colorado, Atlanta. It's all part of the process. Miami, Washington, Toronto, Philly. A lot of these are the same games. This is probably the last game of most of these series. Tampa Bay Mets, Minnesota, Houston, Oakland, Kansas City, St. Louis, Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, Chicago, Texas, San Diego, Arizona, Cleveland, Seattle, San Francisco, LA. Okay. So our night game is San Francisco, LA, Sunday Night Baseball. We got this game in Detroit starting at noon. All right. So as we go through this, I'm going to just talk out loud, think out loud, and just walk through what things I look for, and just how I get to putting things here. I'm also going to give you the warning that you may walk away from this saying, that's not as technical or as profound as I thought it might be. One of the reasons why I didn't want to make this was I didn't want anybody to be like, wow, he's lost all credibility. Because in some ways, betting is a science, and in some ways it's an art. And so this, I think, is a mix of both. But you may be someone who doesn't like to think of it as an art, which is fully acceptable and respectable. But just, that's my warning. Okay, so what I do first, how did you do that with the formula? I couldn't even tell you how. I just know that I asked ChatGPT. Like if you click on one of these cells, it says equals image VLOOKUP, and then it's calling from, if it matches this column, it pulls the link from this tab. I asked ChatGPT to do it all for me, but it's cool. And there's a lot of things you can do if you just ask ChatGPT that I didn't realize. Okay, so Cincinnati. So first thing I do is go to Ballpark Pal, and I go look, what are we doing with weather? What are we doing with wind? Find the Detroit game. Some people are going to care a lot about this number. I look at it. I don't think it necessarily changes my mind, right? Because we're really only, he's saying that based on combined effect of stadium and weather, we're going to lose 0.2 home runs on average. Stadium only, well, we're losing 0.3 for the stadium only. It's a big stadium. Detroit's not super hitter friendly. The weather, we're actually gaining. So it's a little bit of a misnomer here. High winds blowing out to right field. So if you guys watch this regularly, you know that immediately my brain is saying lefties, because a righty is going to be hitting into high wind. And we know also that the balls are not flying this year. So I'm taking every advantage I can get. And if I'm wrong, at least I didn't lose money betting on a right-hander. All right, good temperatures, humidity and pressure is fair and neutral. Okay, so immediately I look at this and I say, I don't want to bet any right-handers today. You may feel comfortable with that, but go look. This is what it's been for 2 days here. Go look at the splits of left-handed and right-handed who's hit home runs. I'll do it for you. It's gonna be a long video today, but I think it should be. Yesterday, lefty, righty, righty, righty. Okay, you idiot. You're telling fibs. I don't know if the wind was as strong yesterday. Day before, we have, where was the game? Lefty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty. Okay, so maybe the wind isn't as impactful. Maybe I'm just telling fibs. But the point is, you have to understand that the wind is helping lefties. Maybe that's the way to do it. Maybe that's the way to say it. Okay, helping lefties. So then I go to the lineups and I scroll down here and I say, okay, we got a lefty pitching, which means a lefty on lefty is not something I like. So immediately I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, this is kind of counterproductive to my methods. And also lineups, right? Some of these lefties may not actually start because there's a lefty on the mound. So to be honest, this may be a situation where I say over the course of 100 samples, I don't think this is a good spot to invest in. I don't think this is a good spot to play because I need the first drink. No, it's too hot still. Over the grand scheme, I don't like a lot of lefty and lefty. So somebody asked Dingler. Did somebody ask Dingler above? Perez or Dingler? So, okay, very valid question. I actually don't care. I actually don't mind Perez here just because he's a switch hitter and he can face any batter. So I may go to Wade Miley here and I may say, okay, he's given up one this year. His sample size is very small. When you look at his splits from 2023, 16 home runs to righties, 2 to lefties. 16 to 2. That's pretty noticeable. So he pitches to lefties. Lefties don't hit off of him. Home runs. I mean, that since 2023, that's over 600 batters, 550 batters. That's a very big sample size. And he's given up 2 home runs to lefties, 16 to righties. So I wouldn't even touch a lefty against Wade Miley. And again, we're handicapping. Oh, look, the lineup just came out. I'm handicapping these based on starters. Anything can happen later in the game. That's just a bonus. So I don't care for Riley Green. He may hit one. I don't care for McKinstry. I don't care for Parker Meadows. Perez is interesting. Started the year off very hot. And has cooled off a little bit. If you look at his splits, he has 11 home runs versus righties, 1 against lefties. Now, Wade Miley's not going to pitch the whole game, right? So I don't hate you if you go for it. What I will tell you is I would probably, looking at this, knowing what I know about the wind, and I'm going to try not to change my process just because I know people are watching and people are commenting. If this was me, I need to turn this other light on. If this was me on a normal day, I would probably go, I love lefty batters in this one. I think that's where the sweet spot is. And over the course of hundreds of games, you're going to see more lefties hit home runs here. I don't like lefties for Detroit because of lefties pitching. I'm probably just passing on this. Now, I may run one quick last check by going to Ballpark Pal, going to Wade Miley and looking, right? His home run numbers are actually pretty low too. We start to get to the 0.9s and it's an advantage. So I look at this and I say, okay, Torres hit a few this series. He's seeing the ball well. He's comfortable. Maybe an option. I see Spencer Torkelson and I say, okay, Torkelson's always a threat to hit one. But outside of that, I don't see a ton. So then maybe I go to the odds and I say, okay, if I have to force myself to do Torres or Torkelson, what odds do I need to see? And I'm sitting here, and before I look, I'm saying, if Torkelson is over 450, maybe. If Torres is over 800, maybe. And then I click, and I go, Torkelson, 420, that's close, right? 450, I didn't love it to begin with. I'm probably passing. I'm going down here to Perez. Perez at 900 is fine, actually. Whoever said Perez, You want to take Perez at 900? I don't hate you for it, especially since FanDuel's sitting at 680, right? Who else were we talking about? Torres. I said I wanted to see 800. Now, Ballpark Pal has fair at 680. I don't put a ton of stock into that number. But again, with that wind, I'm staying away. So that's how I look at it. It doesn't mean it's a bad bet. It doesn't mean it's not going to hit. It doesn't mean that 4 righties aren't going to hit home runs. I'm just saying for me, I have to trust what I'm comfortable trusting and what my process is. So, okay, so if we go back, Gibson Long's pitching here. Another guy with not a ton of data. 2 games, 1 game started, no home runs this year. I believe he's a minor league guy, so you're not going to have a ton of data on him anyway since 2023, right? 2 home runs to lefties, but he's only faced so many batters. So this is going to be a shot in the dark. There's just not a ton of data on this cat. This is where Ballpark Pal is better because he's going to have data on his pitching, on his actual stuff. So TJ Friedl is a D. Strong advantage for Friedl. We look through, throws a lot of sliders, throws a lot of changeups, 4-seamer. He's got a big arsenal. He pitches, he doesn't rely on one certain pitch. We look at his contact label. He gives up some hard hit balls, maybe homer, likely homer, no doubt, or routine flyout. Not a ton of grounders. So there's opportunity here for this pitcher. If he pitches to his average to allow some hard hit balls, his launch angles look great. Okay, you want to look for the 19 to 50 launch angle. So, I think that this is probably a fine matchup for either team and a fine matchup overall. I think it's a worse matchup for Detroit. I think it's a better matchup for Cincinnati. And I would look at Cincinnati left-handers. And there's not a ton of data, so I don't have a ton of confidence in this. Friedl, Elly De La Cruz, Gavin Lux, Jake Fraley. Jake Fraley, if he's over 10-1, I think there's value. Gavin Lux hasn't really been much this year. Elly De La Cruz has been hot. I think he's hit one of the last 2 games in TJ Friedl. So then I go here and I look at the lines. 550 for Elly isn't bad. Like I'm 560 in this matchup, as hot as he's been, I may write that down. TJ Friedl, he's been pretty hot too. 12-1 is a pretty good number for TJ Friedl. That means Jake Fraley is going to be higher than that. Is the same, 12-1. And then who else do we see? Will Benson, is he starting? No. Gavin Lux, but Gavin Lux 16-1 fair for Gavin Lux just hasn't had it lately. So, this is where I would come back and I would say, lean left-handed batters for Cincinnati. TJ, Elly De La Cruz, Lux, Gavin Lux, and Jake Fraley. And I'd say, maybe we like Elly De La Cruz at 560. I don't know. I will tell you that TJ Friedl at 12-1 is very tempting. I can just say that. But I'm not overly moved by any of these. Okay. So these are just my leans. I would say this is where you can find the biggest advantage, and then we maybe move forward here. We'll keep it in mind. We'll keep these in mind for if there's any promos or anything. Okay. So that is like a super raw, basic way that I go through these games and I attack these games, things I look at. So if anybody has any comments or anything, you just throw them in. And then was so close yesterday. Had Jose Contreras, Nimmo, Elly, and Andrew. You only missed it by Nimmo? That's sickening. That's sickening, Alan. You had a 5, 1, 2, 3. You put 5 together and hit 4. Yeah, that's a day off. Okay. Just making sure the comments come up. Okay, let's look at Boston. I feel like I'm going to be scared to write official plays in now because people are watching. I think like maybe that's my nemesis. What up, options? Nice to have you. Options ice. Tyler Holton starting for the Tigers. Really? Why does it? Oh, primary. Okay, so Holton's going to start, and then Gibson's probably going to pitch a lot of the innings. Is he left or right-handed? He's left. That's good. That's a good good help, Ty. Thank you. So see, that just complicates it even more. How many innings is this lefty going to pitch? You know, how does that play into it? Yeah. So I'd mention that in my video if I do that he would start. But yeah, I think I'm fine just not saying much for this game, just giving you some ideas, and then just not writing any official leans. Okay, Boston. Looks poor, -23. 9 of that is stadium. 15 of that is weather. Looking at the wind, we got high winds coming back in. It's very chilly. It's very chilly, and it's high pressure. Look at this. Like this, that's a lot of high pressure today, which impacts the ball's flight. Decent humidity, though. Okay, so I'm already going in with very tempered expectations. And I head over to the lineups, and I say, okay, Max Fried, all right, been lights out. Probably best for me to just avoid. Given up 3 home runs in his last 6 overall of his last 13. Kind of an even split, slightly more to right, which is interesting for a left-handed pitcher. Right? He gives up a decent amount to lefties. Rafael Devers likes to hit left-handed pitching. Something to think about. Look at the history here. Devers is 2 for 6 against him. Wow, Trevor Story, 2 home runs in 7 at-bats against Max Fried. It's interesting. Something to keep in mind. We go to Brian Bayo. And, yeah, Batty was tough too, Alan. I know. Like, it was right there for us. Did I write left-handed pitching on that? If you want to get cute, New York left-handed batters may have value. Yeah. But it is what it is. Brian Bayo, wow. Whoa. Consistently giving up the homer to this team. Bellinger has 2. Volpe has 1. Volpe's got a really good batting average against him. 6 of 12. Aaron Judge is not, but he'll probably hit one today. Okay, so weather's not good. Pitching's okay. You know, we talked about Max Fried and maybe the success that Story has had, but again, if you look at this, Fried just does not give up a lot of hard hit balls. I wouldn't force any of these guys on Max Fried for as good as he's been. Devers is interesting just because, you know, the books, I don't know, I'm not going to claim to understand a book's algorithm for pricing. You know, but there's a chance that you could find value on Devers. I'm not going to look at the price yet because books probably factor in pitching handedness in some capacity, even if it's small. But the name Devers may take it out. The point is, you know, if Devers is over 420, that's high for him. Holy cow, 650? Rafael Devers is 650, right? And so that's shocking to me that Devers is 650 for a lefty who doesn't mind hitting lefties. He's dealing with a minor physical issue, though. Let's see what his splits are. 17 home runs versus lefties. So, you know, OPS is pretty high versus lefties. His average is about the same. He slugs about the same versus lefties. You know, like I would write down, and the conditions aren't good. The left field or right field is big, but 650 for Devers is like tempting enough that I would probably say, wow, you know, let's Rafael Devers, and again, I would give the warning. I'm still gonna make my normal video today. But I don't think this is a good matchup for Boston overall. New York, we talked about Brian Bayo. Let's see. Again, I probably want to focus on as many righties as possible just because this wind is blowing into an already, like, look at Fenway, right? This is a weird outfield, and it's pretty deep, and the wind is coming in right here. So, you know, like, Devers is probably a bad play. He has the power to overcome this, but it's probably a bad play. Yeah, that's a good point. Devers is a main bat for you to look to pitch around and walk. You know what, Andrew? You're right. You're right. So just be careful here. I'll add that. And then for New York, after this one, I'll go a little faster, so that way, because I know some of you guys have questions and want like specific games, but I did want to show you my process. So we'll kind of run through this a little faster. Okay, so New York, I don't love a lot of these guys. You guys know that I'm very like iffy on these New York bats. I would have to take a righty, and against Bayo, what is Aaron Judge? 275. Well, it's not too bad. 275 for Judge. Like maybe Judge. Otherwise, I just don't think you see a ton of home runs in this game. So I think they have a better matchup, but overall, I don't think it's a good. You're right. Maybe Judge at 275. I think it's a bad park, bad conditions. And we're going to write Max Fried may pitch around Rafael Devers, just so I can remember to mention that on the video for those of you who will only watch that. Rice, yeah, I mean, I just this like the field is so big and the wind is blowing in, like it just makes me nervous. Ben Rice, what's his number? Like 6, 550. Like it's probably fair. Like it's probably fine if you want to play Ben Rice. I wouldn't be mad at you. I just don't. He has to overcome a lot here in these conditions. I also don't like that Ben Rice isn't popping up on here. We can technically. I'll find it for you here, so you guys can see if there's any advantage. Extreme advantage for Rice. There you go. Look at that. Wow. Oh, that's Belozo. I was going to say Bayo. Let's make sure we get the right pitcher here. Of course, everybody against Belozo is a good matchup. Brian Bayo. Okay, still pretty good. But again, just these home run numbers. A lot of sinkers. 2 at-bats, 2 strikeouts. In these, like if this was in a different stadium, maybe. But I think I care about stadiums. I know some people don't. I know people don't buy into it. I do. So I would stay off Rice. If you play him, I don't hate you for it. Okay, let's go a little quicker. Sorry. Okay, game in Baltimore. Wind is coming in. It's a little chilly. Pressure's high, right? So like I'm already just not in a good spot. I don't think we're gonna see a ton of home runs. Kikuchi has been hit hard. Povich has been hit hard. Okay, so this is a spot for some righties. Kikuchi, we look here. 8-14, more so at the beginning of the year. Any history? 3 for Adley Rutschman, 1 for Westberg. That's interesting. Carlson's back. This is another thing where it's like Baltimore has a lot of lefties in the lineup. So how they choose to deploy their batters today is going to be interesting because they're probably going to sit some lefties. We're going to get some righties in here. 10 home runs by Povich. Yeah, Povich is one of the guys you want to target historically. No data for matchups. Okay, so I'm looking at righties over here. Laureano has hit a few this year. Westberg looks pretty good. Outside of that, I'm not doing too much. If Laureano is above 6, maybe he's an option. Westberg above 5, maybe he's an option. Laureano 650, I don't think is a horrible play. And Jordan Westberg. Wow, Jordan Westberg at 640. That's pretty good. Yeah. So, I think those are the guys that you want to target. Jordan Westberg. What was it? 640. I think is fine on Profit X. Do you guys care? Like, I'm going to imagine a lot of you don't use Profit X. So like, would you rather me not count that number in? Like, that's what I like. Sometimes I feel bad because it's like, okay, he's 640, but he's 600 here. So it's like 625. If people don't have Profit X, like what that number doesn't do them any good. So I feel like I should be comparing it to different books that most people have, because, you know, if I wouldn't take Westberg at 600 and I put 640, I don't know. I just don't think a lot of people use Profit X. So I don't know. Just let me know if you guys have Profit X. I think it's a fine matchup for Baltimore against Kikuchi. I would favor right-handers. You know, Laureano. Let's just check this and see. Yeah, Westberg's fine. Laureano's fine. They match up pretty well. Yeah. So yeah, I'd probably type them both in. Just give you some options. Ramon Laureano, he is 650 on DK. Okay, and I'd say Baltimore right-handed batters here. Now, Cade Povich has been pretty bad, and I'm nervous because LA has a lot of right-handers. Nito, Trout, Ward, so like, we've been here before, guys. Yeah, Novig, I agree with you. In no way, shape, or form. That Novig is superior to Profit X. I agree with you there. Okay, so let's see, like I look at a lot of these guys, and I'm just like, oh man, this is good. And the wind is looks to be helping them right to left. Against a bad pitcher in a park that's okay out in left field. So let's just double check that's left center field. Center field looked good today. So I'm fine with right-handers for LA. Let's see if there's anybody who tracks pretty well. Mike Trout, obviously, is going to track well. Zach Nito. Everybody's kind of medium. Joe Adell. Golly. Yeah, Joe Adell going yard, he might be. And this is where I struggle, because like Nito, Trout, Ward, Soler, Ohapi, Adell. I'm going to look at all those guys and I'm going to say, man, they all look good. They all look good. So picking is the trickiest part. So that's where price comes in. Joe Adell, 520, I think is fine. Soler, 500 on Novig, I think is fine. Mike Trout, 450 is very good on Bet365, especially when you see he's 360 on FanDuel. Yeah. Taylor Ward, 600 is great. Zach Nito, 600 is great. Yeah, I like a lot of these numbers. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to go Zach Nito, 600 on FanDuel, and we're going to go Taylor Ward, 650. Was it 650? That's 600 on Bally. Mike Trout at 450 is probably good too, guys. I have Alex, I have rebet kind of. I need to get it. I've signed up. I haven't ever deposited. Ridiculous, right? Was the odds pretty good or bad there, Alex? Is this a custom string you're tracking odds on? This right here, or like tracking this, my Excel sheet. Say Excel or yellow, so I know what you're talking about. Dude, I just don't think I could pass up Mike Trout at 450. So Baltimore right-handed batters and LA Angels right-handed batters in a big way. The first one, this Excel. Oh, Excel. Okay. Yeah, I made this myself. And I'll go back through and I add wins and losses over here, and it calculates it for me, and that's where it spits out like my total units for leans and official and things like that. Yeah. And I promise you guys, I have high school level Excel experience. And if I have a question, I just go to ChatGPT and I tell it what I need. In this column, I have this. In this column, I have this. I want this and this to happen. It spits out a formula. It's pretty easy. So if you have an idea, if you can explain to ChatGPT what you're looking for in terms of formulas, in terms of setup, in terms of anything, it can do wonders. So there's my piece. Yeah. This would take you with no experience with ChatGPT and an idea of what you want to do in under an hour. You could get something that you like that's automated in some respects. Okay. I like LA's matchup today. I really do. I think right-hand batters are who you target. I think Nito and Trout are good. Trout got one yesterday. Do you think he'll do it again? I don't know. Like I should search and see like back-to-back numbers, how often. Like in some ways, I think it's when they're at the same park, I think there's psychological advantages to hitting one the day before. You're seeing the same things. You're comfortable there. You've proven you can do it. I don't have data on that, but yeah, I think he could do it again, especially at 450. Okay, game in Atlanta. Wind is blowing. It looks like the wind is blowing to left field. So righties smell good to me. We got good warm weather, fine conditions. Okay, so if there's a lefty on the mound, I am drooling. And Austin Gomber's on the mound. This is great. So just double check Grant Holmes. Make sure he's giving up 13 home runs. 2-1. Oh boy. So Grant Holmes you may have to look there. I didn't want to have to look there. Okay, so we'll just do this quick. What righties against Grant Holmes? He doesn't look good. Nothing ever looks good for Colorado. This team is just a struggle. Brenton Doyle's consistently getting disrespected though. Like 8-1. Is he just not good? Does he not have it? Is he not good? 5 home runs. He had 20. Yeah, he's only had 1 the last 3 weeks. He's just not seeing the ball. But at 8-1, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Tyler Free. It's probably a losing battle to bet Colorado bats consistently. And it looks like Grant Holmes must pitch some form of pitch that yeah. Oh wait, what? Doyle has a home run on him? Oh boy, don't do it to me. I'm not doing it. But at 8-1, it doesn't look too bad. It's fine. Grant Holmes has given up a lot this year. Maybe they can find some success. I'm not going to take a guess at who it's going to be. Okay, the real juice comes here. Oh boy. Okay, so this is the problem. Right? This is what I would refer to as a honeypot. Goodman? Yeah. Stay good day to mix and match the Angels like you've talked about. Tell chat, got to mix 4 players into 2 legs. I was going to say it, Ron. I was going to say maybe it's a day where you mix and match 2 guys. I was, and I didn't. Do what you want. You know, if you want to have fun, if this is purely for entertainment and you don't care about like super plus EV moves, then sure, have fun, use small units. Be careful where you do it. You know, I'm going to release a video tomorrow about a website, and you know what? I can show you this right now. This is going to be a long video today, guys. I'm sorry. You know me. I like to chat. Okay, so there's this website that I'm going to like talk about. It's called Better Odds. And it's a normal EV feed, but they have this cool feature that I have not seen before. It's called Parlay Builder. So if you go into it, So give me somebody throw out 2 LA names that you like. 2 LA Dodgers, LA Angels to hit home runs. Give me 2. I'll take the first 2 I see. First 2 I see. Come on, guys. Give me some Angels. I know somebody said Joe Adell. Take your time. Maybe we're worth it when we hit big. Let's hope, man. Zach Neto and Joe Adell. Okay. So you type in Joe Adell home run. And you click this and you hit select prop. And you go here and you go to Zach Neto home run. Now they're all coming in. There must be a delay. There's a delay. Zach Neto home run. It doesn't really matter. What matters? Oh, my wife is calling. They're on vacation. I should probably answer this, right? This is a tricky spot to be in for me.
Come here.
Hey. Hi, buddy.
Okay, what are you?
Are you having fun?
Hey, tell Dad.
Tell me quick. I'm doing a live stream. I'm doing a live stream. Oh, she hung up. Okay. That's the life of a wife and a 4-year-old. You just got to be on your toes. Okay, so you get these 2 guys in here for a home run because you want to bet them. Where do you bet them? Generate parlay slip. This is cool, guys. And even if you don't care about price, you're not obligated to answer when they're having fun, right? When they're at the beach, I'm the one here grinding. And this takes a little bit because what this is doing is it's combining them into a parlay, and then it's searching the apps and pricing them for us. So the best place that you can get Joe Adell and Zach Neto is on FanDuel. Now, look at these differences. Hard Rock, $22.50, ESPN, $26, because all of these books are pricing correlation differently, right? Hard Rock is saying, wow, you like 2 guys on the same team to both hit a home run. That means the conditions are good. That means the pitching's good. We're going to punish you for it. And what Better Odds is saying, fair odds, like uncorrelated odds is 40-33. This would be the fair price of this. If these 2 were independent events, which maybe they are, maybe they're not. Does Joe Adell hitting a home run actually impact Zach Neto to hit a home run? It could, right? If the park is playing really well, if the pitching's really bad. So, I think this is a cool tool to where if you're set on betting these guys in a parlay, instead of going to FanDuel, instead of going to Cammy, instead of oh my gosh, I'm gonna spill my coffee. Instead of going to Novik, instead of price checking all of these, you type it in and it shows you. So if you do want to bet it, it looks like FanDuel is the best place to do so. Let's just add Trout into this just to see. Trout over home runs. And we'll generate it. So this is a cool site. Tomorrow I'm actually having a video where I walk through all the features of the site. I know the guy who built this. I hate a lot of people in the gambling industry. I think a lot of people are scummy, opportunistic, scammy. But I really respect what this guy does. And so I wanted to highlight this. Okay, so FanDuel's still the best. Look at this. This is crazy. You're getting $500 more on FanDuel for a $10 bet than you would on Hard Rock. Look at this. -50 set. Like they're punishing you so much on Hard Rock. So this is why this is important. Like if you're going to bet $1 on this, you're giving yourself a $50, almost 33% advantage for taking out a FanDuel than a Hard Rock. Anyway, so that's a cool little feature. We'll talk about that at another time. So yeah, the bottom line is if you want to take LA right-handers, I don't hate you for it. Thank you for the Happy Father's Day. Yeah, I should probably have answered that, and I did, but I don't know why she hung up immediately. Okay, I think Atlanta is in a really good spot today against Austin Gomber. I think there are right-handers who could rake against him. My worry is price. Austin Riley, 250, 285. Yeah. Let's go to the actual lineup. Ronald Acuna has been good since his return. 400 I don't think is horrible. Anything over 350 is probably fair. So, yeah, that's fine. Ozuna hit one yesterday or the day before, I believe, 440. Probably fine. I'm seeing a lot of just this probably you're getting fair. Eli White, how many has he had this year? 3. Any recently? 1 in the last week. He hit one on June 9th. Okay, because his price was pretty good. $940. So conditions are great. Pitching is great. How does he match up? Pretty good. See? Okay. Like, this is one where it's like, maybe this is a sneaky little play. Conditions look good. Park looks good. Pitching looks good. Price looks good. He doesn't hit four-seamers. Fantastic is the only thing. Contact label, exit velocity, doesn't swing very hard. It's probably fair at 800, but Sean Murphy was the other guy I think I wanted to check, because he had a pretty hot start to the year as well. 450. Yeah. So, I think this is a good spot for Atlanta overall. I think it's a pretty decent spot. I would say take right-handed batters on both teams. Prices are fair. Do with that what you will. I think Acuna at 400 is something I can write down and feel okay with. Now it is on Camby, which I realize is not the most bet, but 370 isn't. I wouldn't play it much. I wouldn't play it past 350. We'll just say that. But otherwise for this game, you're gonna have to decide. Nick Allen is interesting, man. 20-1 is crazy. Has he had one this year? I don't think he has. No, he doesn't swing hard. He'll never swing hard. Does it just do hits or 2 bases as well? Does it just do hits or 2 total bases as well? What do you mean by that, Ice? I'm confused. Okay, so I think this is a spot where you can look at Atlanta right-hand batters and come to your own decisions, come to your own conclusions. All right, Washington. 100 Goodman. Yeah, Brian, I wouldn't hate you for a Brian. What's Hunter Goodman's number? Over 400. It's crazy that Ballpark Pal hates him. He says fair price is plus 800. He's 430 on FanDuel. Yeah, truly, with these, like, Hunter Goodman can go yard anytime. Anytime. I think the conditions help him. Park is fine. And Grant Holmes has been hit hard. So that parlay builder. It does anything, Ice. That's what's cool. It does absolutely any market that you can find. So it can do hits, it can do bases, it can do home runs, it can do money line. Like, you could do, I want pitcher strikeouts, I want Angels money line, and I want Mike Trout to hit a home run. It could do all of it. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. It does cost. We'll talk about that in the video that I'll release tomorrow. But he's giving 3-day free trial and then 90% off your first month. So it'd be like $6 for a month and 3 days. Michael Harris, the second, hitting home runs in back-to-back games, Thursday and Friday. Yeah. And then what? Not getting a hit yesterday, Andy? Not getting a hit yesterday when we had him in our parlay, Andy? He wasn't cranking it, Andy. He wasn't cranking yesterday. Okay. So we'll move forward from there. Again, I promise I'm going to do my regular video if I ever get done with this and kind of summarize all of this for those of you who want to watch. This is my first live stream, guys. I'm a rookie. I'm new. Okay. Washington. We'll look at the park first. Wind is coming in, but it doesn't look to be impacting too much. Very light, probably negligible. 66 is fine. Humidity pressure is fine. Like, this is fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There's. I would say it's neutral. So Perez is back. Let's see. He was shaky in his debut. He came back from Tommy John, I believe. Last game he had 70 pitches. 70 pitches in 3 innings is rough. That's rough. So what does that mean? It means he was probably getting a lot of foul balls or things. 4 hits, 4 runs, no homers, 5 strikeouts is pretty good through 3 innings. He's a righty. Yeah, it's too early to tell. You can maybe take two ways here. As he warmed up, now is he shaking the rust off? Is he ready to bring his stuff? Or You know, is he unconditioned? Is he facing this team of lefties who you know I love? And is he going to get knocked around today? So let's go here. Doesn't look good. It looks like a lot of these lefties could have their way with him. Let's look and see. Is there something he pitches that he pitches a lot of four seam? James Wood hits the four seam well. I'm going to assume that all of these guys hit a four seamer pretty well, and that's why we're getting that number. Garcia hits everything well. Josh Bell hits the four seamer well. Yeah, this could get ugly. If he is trying to rely on that four seamer, this could get ugly for Miami today. And so this is a spot. This is an opportunity where I look and I say, okay, everything looks good. Like left-handers who hit the four-seamer well against Perez, and I know Washington has a lot of them. I like this. But what matters is price. If C.J. Abrams is $350, I don't care anymore. If C.J. Abrams is $500, now I'm interested. Okay, that's where price matters to me. So let's look. C.J. Abrams, $580. Holy cow, look at this. Look at this. Nobody can decide. Look at this. Look at this. DraftKings has a promotion today. DraftKings, I can guarantee you, DraftKings, if I load up DraftKings right now, there is a home run promotion. They do this. When they offer a home run promotion, they slash their odds. They slash their odds. C.J. Abrams is $280. And he's $520 on FanDuel. That should never happen. There should not be that much of a discrepancy in the market, ever. Even on a one-way, but volatile market like home runs. It should not be that far apart, ever. Let me look. DraftKings, guaranteed, they've got some stupid thing today where DraftKings feels it necessary to slash their odds. And books will do this. Oh, you want a promotion? Well, we're going to cut things behind the scene. Oh, what do you freaking know? What do you know? What do you know? What do you know? I mean, what do you know? Look at that. Barstool home run odds surge. Here, add plus 100 to your bet that we've slashed by plus 150, so you're getting no value. Sorry. Yeah. Now, there are spots, right? Kyle Stowers is 750. He's good here. But there are some spots. So maybe they don't do it all the way across. Okay. That's not the point. It's just a little nugget. I think this is a great spot for Washington, especially looking at these prices. C.J. Abrams at 580, it's fantastic. James Wood, even at 450, is great. Josh Bell, 580, fine. Nathaniel Lowe, 600, fine. Luis Garcia, 660, a little lower than I would like, truly. You can usually get Garcia over 7 and 8. Abrams at 580 is nuts to me. That's definitely getting written down. I would take it I would play Abrams to 400. I'd play Abrams to 400. That's a great price, in my opinion. It doesn't guarantee he's going to hit a home run, right? That doesn't guarantee he's more likely to hit a home run. I'm just saying that over the long haul, I think he hits 1 out of every 5.8 games to break us even, worst case. Who else do we like? I like Lowe and Garcia too. Garcia. Okay. I mean, Washington left-handed batters here. I'm going to double check and see if Mackenzie Gore looks good against them, because this is a spot where now my mom is FaceTiming me. I'm not going to answer my mom. Okay? Like, my wife and kid on Father's Day, I answer. My mom, not going to answer. I'm having lunch with my dad, too. So it's like, I'm supposed to have lunch with him at 11:20. We might be screwed. 11:30. We might be cooked. Okay. Mackenzie Gore. Let's check and see. Wow. Been pretty sharp lately with the home run ball. not allowing a ton. His pitching, I mean, his metrics look good. He's above average pitcher in the majors. 9 at bats for Edwards with 1 hit. 9 with 0. 2 with 2. That's pretty good. Yeah, Gore's been pretty solid. Look at these strikeouts. 7, 8, 9, 9, 7, 9, like 13. Yeah. Like this is a spot where even at minus 160, whatever it is, minus 170, I think Washington money line is a play, and I'm not going to touch anybody. Augustin Ramirez though. Like, he's got to be over 600 for me to be interested. 680. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. Overall, though, I don't think it's a great spot. I think it's fine. Washington left-handed batters, Washington money line, Washington team total. If it's 3.5, but it's 4.5, I can't check. I'm not gonna bother checking it. It's just a good spot for Washington today. Okay, Philadelphia. We got a lot of. Gosh, I'm an idiot. Check the weather. Ugh. 60s. High pressure. How high is that wind? Wind's coming in. If the pitching's good, like, we probably just full fade it. Zach Wheeler and Jose Berrios. Berrios has been hit and miss. I bet this team has seen him a lot, though. Turner 6 for 1, Schwarber 1 of 10. Wow. Castellanos has had a lot of success against him. Bryson Stott. You're dead to me, Bryson. I'm not picking you again. Okay, so fine. It's fine. Washington team. I figured they'd put it at 4.5. Thank you. It's good, Kid Hoops. It's good intel. Yeah. It's plus money, 4.5. It's right on the line. I'll just leave it. We'll talk about it on the real video. Okay. Ultimately, Zach Wheeler. Okay, somebody mentioned this. Great prices on Vlad. Total bases 1.5 for 150. So let's see how Vlad matches up against Zach Wheeler. Vlad is just a good batter, and he just hits. He's got 11 plate appearances against him, 2 hits, 1 home run, 1 double, 2 strikeouts. Is expected from contact. Thank you, Can Mulden. I appreciate you guys coming by. A lot of contact. A lot of contact. Only 2 strikeouts. Okay. I think with the park conditions in Philly, it being chilly, wind coming in, I think it's a losing effort to try to force something here. I'm not saying there won't be home runs, but I look at it and I'm not moved at all. In fact, I'm a little bit scared off. I don't hate you if you take a Vladimir Guerrero prop. I don't know if we do home run. Wheeler just got back from the paternity list. Yeah, he did. You must do a Father's Day unofficial round robin. Okay, this is the funniest thing. It's not funny. Like, we're down 13 units, right? Unofficially, I play that O'Hearn, Riley Green. We hit that. When I was on vacation, I played another unofficial round robin. I hit that. I played a 2-legger. Hit, like, anytime it's just a behind-the-scenes play, like, and I'm not mad. Like, I'm happy that I'm hitting things. But it's like, why when I write something down for the show, why when I do that it hits? And why when I decide, I'm going to take some days off? I'm going to take 2 weeks off and just play promos. Now these guys want to hit home runs that I pick. Vlad, do not bet list. Cooks me every single time. Yeah. And what's his price? Out of curiosity. It's probably pretty good because he's facing a named pitcher. I'm going to guess he's over 600 today, which is good for him. 7 on DraftKings. Hey, I was just scolding DraftKings for their horrible pricing, and they're giving you a The best in market, best in show for Vlad. I mean, 700 is not bad, but I'm not going to take it. But I'll say it's not bad. Okay, Jose Barrios. Let's see how he lines up. Whew. Well, it's an ugly chart for Barrios. It's good for the batter. Oh gosh. It's good for the batter. I said I didn't love it, and now I look at that, and it's like, oof. What's Philly's money line? -165. Yeah. Blue Jays are a tough team to strike out. Not the easiest matchup for Wheeler. Good intel. Andrew, you must know your stuff, man. You've thrown some good stuff in here, Andrew. Keep it up. What's Schwarber's price? 300, 360. That's pretty good for Kyle Schwarber. That's pretty darn good. You're not going to see over 350 very often. Kepler, Marsh, Stott's 10-1. Max Kepler's pretty low. Brandon Marsh is about average. Stott is interesting at 10-1, a guy who's had success against Barrios. Castellanos, what's he at? Because we talked about 600. It's not bad either. Yeah, I'm going to go Nick Castellanos, 600. Actually, I think there was a 625 out there. On bet 365. That's good for a guy who's had the success that he's had. Look, I think it's a better opportunity for, I would I would look more at Philly for guys you like. I don't think conditions are great. Big on MLB DFS myself. I have questions for you, Andrew, because I just assume that it's so saturated now with people who have tools that are superior to me and can just like mass enter lineups. But like I got my start on DFS like that. Like before sports betting was legal, I was big into DFS. I never had success with it because I was just kind of, it was very recreational for me. But I don't know. I think there's something with MLB DFS, and I'm interested to hear your experience and anything you want to share about it. If like there's a specific, like do you play GPPs? Do you play smaller? Do you focus on single entry, minimal entry? Do you like? I just would love to know more about from a perspective of someone who understands the game but doesn't know how to capitalize on the game. How is there value there? I guess is what I'm asking. Don't share your secrets. Don't give away your edge, but I'm interested in it. I'm also interested in like the best ball drafts. I think those are cool. And I bet it's soft competition in the best ball drafts. I need to do more of those. How many games we got? Guys, I am blowing it right now. This is fun. I'm having a good time, but it's definitely slow. It's definitely slow. Okay. It's maybe my worst day in history. Yeah, Max Kepler. I didn't like his price. He's got a great matchup, though, against Barrios. The curve could get him, right? Doesn't hit the curveball very well. 4 at-bats, a walk, a line-out. He's getting contact. He's getting contact on everybody. We'll be here, Rajan. And I didn't shower before this, so my apologies. Yeah, look, Max Kepler. We'll say this. Barrios has things in his arsenal that could stump Kepler. Kepler has things in his arsenal that could hit Barrios hard. So I think this is a pretty even matchup. Ballpark Pal gives the advantage to Kepler, which I think is fair. If he's over 600, 650, I'm interested. At this 540, 500, 580 number with Kepler, it's just like right below the cusp of where I'm like, yes, we got to do it. Could he hit one? Absolutely. If you like him, options, go for it. Like, that's what I'm always going to tell people. Don't listen to me. Like, it's your money. If you're going to bet on him, if you like him, if you see something, take full advantage of that. For me and for how I look at things, he's just a little short on price. New York Mets. Yuck. Again, wind blowing in, but it's not super affecting. Pretty cool temperatures, high humidity, high pressure. Give me some good pitchers so we can skip it. Shane Baz, Griffin Canning. The Mets have a pretty good rotation. Luis Arias, come on. You really want me to talk about him? People get mad when I talk about Turang and Stephen Kwan. Hey guys, I haven't bet Stephen Kwan in some time. You guys got to be proud of me. Okay, Griffin Canning. Offshore. Bet 105 is 600 on Kepler. Yeah, that's about the number I would like, Brian. Wow. Griffin Canning. Okay. Significantly better this year than he has been in the past. I guess he's about on pace. These teams, Lowe has hit one off of him. Miranda has hit one off of him. I'm going to imagine that was in Tampa Bay. Let's see if it's on this season. It's not. It must have been last year. Okay, Canning is fine. Canning might be able to be hit today. Not the Mets' best. Shane Baz, I'm pretty sure, has gotten rocked. 13 home runs in 13 games. None his last outing, but prior he had a golly. I mean, that's rough. Like 7 games in a row of getting hit. 3 of them getting hit for 2. Yeah, gives up a lot of contact. Nobody has seen him on this lineup, though, on the Mets lineup. Okay, so Shane Baz is susceptible. Griffin Canning is susceptible. Conditions are not great. Let's check and see how they shape up. Nemo, Lindor, Soto, Alonso, even Jared Young is interesting to me. Brent Beatty, Jeff McNeil. This is another one where I'm like, oh boy, these lefties could have their day. What's their money line? It's not bad. It's not bad. Let's go look at some prices with an eye on lefties. Yeah, strictly play on FanDuel cash games and GPPs. I like small field tournaments and SE single entry. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I probably go like 80% DraftKings, 20% FanDuel. I'll hop over to FanDuel every so often, but I feel like they've kind of prioritized their DFS less, and DraftKings gives a little bit more in terms of promo for DFS. Okay. Brandon Nimmo at 700, I do not dislike at all. Brent Beatty at 950, I do not dislike at all. Lindor at 540, I do not dislike at all. Jared Young, I'm actually shocked that he's that low. 650, probably fine. Juan Soto at 520? It's pretty good. Where's Jeff McNeil? 1100. Juan Soto at 520 is bizarre. Bizarre enough that I'm writing it down. And then the guy who perplexed me next that I think has some true value would be Brandon Nimmo at 7-1 on ProfitX. But yeah, I think New York Mets left-handed batters again, 3 days in a row. Again, 3 days in a row. I think it's conditions scare me off a little bit. Can you guys hear that dog next door? Poor dog. My wife has been very tempted to call animal control because these people had got this puppy and he spends most of his day outside. He's like a golden doodle, I think. He's never had a haircut. He's super matted. He's out there in the hot weather. And we're kind of at this weird spot. It's like, we don't really talk to them too much, which is maybe not great of us, but it's like, do we go over there and say something? I don't want to. I don't want to tell somebody how to live their life. But is it like passive aggressive to call animal control? I told her if she really is concerned about the dog, just call animal control and they'll handle it. It's what their job is, right? Griffin Canning, we'll run something by, run a little something by Griffin Canning. Aranda matches up well. Aranda's been on a really cold streak, and I'm getting better at just laying off of that. You know, I love Brandon Lau. You guys know that he's my dad, and it's Father's Day, so why not? What's his price? 800 on 540. It's not bad, not too shabby, huh? Aranda 700. You're getting some good prices. You're getting some decent prices here. Decent prices overall. It may be a spot to look. Yeah, I think it's just fine. I think this is a fine game. It's not great. You probably get 2 or 3 home runs in it, probably from lefties. Gosh, I want to play. I want to talk about Aranda. Oh, he hit one in this. He hit one 2 days ago, on Friday. I didn't realize he hit one on Friday. He's seeing the park. He's feeling good here. 2 runs, 3 hits. Who did he face that day? $700's good. $700's good. Feel good about that, especially when FanDuel's sitting at 480. Yeah. I can write that down with confidence. Okay, Houston. Dome Stadium doesn't super matter. I'm always going to look at right-handed batters because the left porch is short. Brent Beatty, absolutely. Options, absolutely Brent Beatty today, especially at this 950 number, even 900. Like, I would take him over 700, and every book is giving you over 700. Yes. I just didn't write him down. But yeah, you know, if I don't know how long you've been here, options, but if we're talking like OG home run March GMG video, Brent Beatty would have been on the list when I just blindly bet all the lefties. When I was playing way too many bets a day, I would play Brent Beatty here. Houston, give me a left-handed pitcher. I crave it. Brandon Walter. Oh boy. 6 innings pitch, 6 hits against Cleveland, 5 strikeouts, 5 innings pitch, 3 hits. Again, minor league guy, hard to tell. His stuff's been pretty good. Giving up a high exit velocity, though. Was he at home for either of these? No, he's never pitched at home. Buxton has seen him. Castro has seen him. Jeffers has seen him. This could get ugly. Yeah. If I see a lot of orange and red here, I'm going to have some feelings. Oh, I have feelings. Chat. This could be an option. If Minnesota is the underdog, I'm going to have some feelings. Simeon Woods Richardson is pitching. So they are the underdog, but I don't trust it. What's the over? Like, this is like an over. So this is where I'm like, okay, I think Minnesota could get the thing going. I think Brandon Walter is going to be hit pretty well. Thank you, Dustin. Same to you if you are a father. I think Brandon Walter is in a bad spot here. But Simeon Wood Richardson also is probably in a bad spot here. So, you know, I think, oh, maybe Minnesota has some value as the underdog. They're probably plus 120-ish. I don't hate it, but then I look at who's pitching for Minnesota, and I'm like, I hate it because Houston could put up runs just the same. And then I'm like, okay, so maybe I lean the over here when I think both teams could have success. Let's keep on task here. Lindor, we just got the Mets lineup. Lindor, Limo, Batty's in, McNeil's in. Jared Young's not in, so good thing I didn't go with him. Yeah, I mean, those lefties. Have fun with that. Okay. Boy, this is okay. Take a deep breath. Prices are going to dictate everything. Garcia, Ohtani, we'll talk about. Only 2 sluggers I can remember having kids this year. Both playing at home. You got a lot of kids, Dustin. Take care of them, although that sounded crazy. What is hella kids? Like, to me, hella kids is like 5 or more. 5 or more kids is hella kids. 4 kids is like you just got a lot. You just got kids. 4 and under is like you got kids. Hella kids is like 5. Once you get 5 kids, like you can't even fit them in a car. Like you gotta really prioritize the vehicle in the family. 5 kids is hella kids. If you say 3, Dustin, I'm gonna say, come on, you just got kids. You just got a family. You got 5 kids. You got 20 kids, brother. Nobody's got 20 kids. Maybe through marriage. Okay. Focus. I'm gonna have to tell my own father I can't go to lunch because I'm over here chopping it up. Just 3 seems like hella kids. That's fair. Well, how old are they? You don't have to tell me that if you don't feel comfortable. If you got 3 under 10, you got hella kids, because like a 4-year-old kid is the equivalent of 2 kids. I'm learning. If they're young, yeah, you got hella kids. Focus. Byron Buxton, Ryan Jeffers, Royce Lewis, Carlos Correa. Correa needs to hit one at this revenge game. Ty France. Like, I like all these guys. Jonah Bride, Harrison Bader against a lefty. I like all of them. Okay. Let's look through here. Carlos Correa, 560. Okay, it doesn't move me. Harrison Bader at 740 moves me. I like that. Bader's a solid hitter. Less than 800. Yeah, we're on the same page, Steve. Just woke up. I'm late to the party. No, you're not, Ed. Wait, Fluffy Steel, you changed your name. Dustin must have hella gray hair. Francisco Alvarez just came back from paternity. 12 girl, 7 girl, 2-month-old. Finally got a boy. I can stop now. That too. I don't want to run it back with the infants, man. More power to you, Dustin. Hopefully your girls can help out, though. Hopefully. Just invite them over and have them join the live, have food delivered. Chill. I got 3 under 5. My oldest is 4. Can confirm I got hella kids. Yeah. 3 under 5 is moment of silence for you. But happy Father's Day, Rafi. Yeah. I got 1 who's 4, and it's like, she don't stop. Her mom, like, truly, I'm not being funny. I'm not just saying this. I know people say this. My wife has some undiagnosed ADHD. Needs to probably be medicated or something. Like, and I think my child, like, I got a little bit myself, but I'm just seeing this. Like, I get 4-year-olds are 4-year-olds, but it's like, holy cow. Was I like that at 4? Take a breath, chill out, sit down, please. I love her. There's no way they're watching. Harrison Bader at 740, I love. Let's just start there. I don't have ADHD. We're just going from kids to Bader. Prophet X. Minnesota right-handed batters is where I would look. Minnesota money line is interesting to me. Over 8 is interesting to me, as we discussed. Okay. I don't love Correa at that number. I don't think there's, 560. I'd like him over 6. I'd like him 650. Jonah Bride at 11-1. Make me check that if you wouldn't mind. Royce Lewis, I think he got hurt. Maybe Ryan Jeffers, a little low for my taste buds. Ty France, 600, 630. Five this year. Hit 1 at Houston already. Interesting. You sound like me every day. My 4 and 2-year-olds just bounce off each other for 7 hours. Yeah, and then they don't go to sleep. That's my thing. Ty, you got 3 under 10? Yeah, you guys got hella kids. 7, 4, and 1 turning 1 in 2 weeks. You guys, Ty and Dustin need to hang out and just get their kids together. They got the same, practically got almost the same situation. Not quite. No, Rafi and Dustin. Y'all got kids. Hate that Alvarez is probably going to bat last. Yeah. According to Jim Gaffigan, 5 kids is like drowning being thrown. Yeah. 5 kids, man. That's the number. 7 and 4-year-olds going at it right now. Yep. Happy Father's Day, right, Ty? 1 day. Give me 1 day. Okay. I like Ty France here. I think it's a sign. Ty is talking about his kids. It's Father's Day. We got Ty France. We're going with the green means Goman here. We got an omen. I can smell it in the air. Ty France. 6:30 on FanDuel. I like the matchup too, and I like that he's hit one in this park already in this series. I like this for Minnesota right-handed batters a lot. What's Jonah Bride been doing? Does he have 3 on the year? He doesn't have any? Okay, yeah, we're not playing him if he hasn't had any. He doesn't play a lot. Dang. But interesting number out there. Okay. For Simeon Woods Richardson, oh boy, don't love him. He gets hit pretty hard as well. Yeah, see, look at that. Look at those red numbers for the home run. Give me Altuve at 800 again so I can play him. Yeah, see, now now they're respecting him. 580. Jeremy Pena, 640 is not bad for Pena. He doesn't match up as well, but still projected to hit him pretty well. Isaac Paredes, what's Paredes at? Probably in the 4s. Maybe he got hurt too. He's not looking to be starting. It just perplexes me that this team with Alvarez out just does not find a lefty to put in the lineup. Just like content throwing out 9 right-handed batters, maybe a switch. It's just hard this team is hard to figure out sometimes. Christian Walker, somebody asked about him. 350's low, but Simeon Wood Richardson is bad. I don't like Christian Walker at 350. Doesn't mean you shouldn't play him. If you like him, if you see something, you play him. I think this is a fine place to go. I'm not moved by any Houston batters, so I'm going to move on. I think Minnesota may look good. If you think Simeon Woods Richardson can bring something today to the table, Minnesota moneyline has value. If you don't trust Simeon Woods Richardson, I think the over is an interesting spot. We'll leave it at that. Kansas City, we got to fly, guys. What am I on? I'm taking 15 minutes a game. Wind is blowing to left field. Very warm. It's a big stadium. I don't love it. I don't love this park. Noah Cameron's pitching. Maybe there's some righties for Oakland to look at. Let's go look at some Oakland right-handed batters. Noah Cam. Brent Rooker. This lineup is in shambles, and they went out and won yesterday. Got a little coffee grounds in my... If Brent Rooker's over 400, he might be worth a look. Maybe 450. It's 450. Yeah. I don't hate Brent Rooker at 450. I just don't love this park. It's just a massive, massive park. I'll put Brent Rooker as a lean at 450. I don't love the matchup overall with this team, but I think you simulate this game 2,000 times, Brent Rooker could hit 125% of the time or more. You might make some money. Yeah. Market's pretty tight, pretty close. But the matchup is good. The conditions help him a little bit. He's a power bat. He goes out and swings. And at 450, I'm okay with it. Outside of that, I don't know if there's a ton of power on this team. I think Max Muncy may have hit one in this series already. He's probably 600, 7, 6, 870. I just don't want to get cute here. I like to stay away. Does Jordan play ball anymore? He got hurt. I think he's supposed to come back fairly soon, Ty. JR's 2-base parlay. Juniors. Tatis Jr., Vlad Acuna, dare I say, Bobby Witt. Yeah, let's look at Bobby Witt. Jeffrey Springs. Lefty. Was on Jacob Young. Came out and dealed. Jeffrey Springs isn't good. He probably shouldn't be a starter in this league. 12 home runs in 12 starts. Home run. Like he gives up consistently, gives up home runs. They stick him out there for a lot of innings, 6 innings, 100 pitches. I mean, his pitch count gets over 100 over half the time. His stuff is garbage. Actually, pretty low exit velocity, which is funny. Nobody on this team has really seen him outside of Canha, Vinny Pasquantino, Bobby Witt. Okay, so yeah, it looks like it could be a good spot for Jeffrey Springs against some righties. Let's look and see. Jonathan India has been awfully quiet this year. Like one of the best batters for Cincinnati, and then he goes to this team, and it's like, who is he? 870 for India. Just don't hate it. Bobby Witt. Has India even hit one at home this year? I don't know if India's even hit one. He's been hurt. Didn't start yesterday. Probably not a smart thing to just get in on. Home and away this year. Only 1 home run at home, 2 on the road. Just don't get cute. Take a look at Max Muncy, both of them. Yeah, I don't know, Dustin, if India's playing today. Like you in this park, you need somebody who has the power. Canha has the power. Perez has the power. Bobby Witt has the power. I don't want lefty on lefty. Miguel Garcia is going to have a really good price. I just don't know if he's typically going to crank in this stadium. Right, that's what happens when you go from one park to another, which is crazy how much difference it can make. Bobby Witt at 450 isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. Perez, I want over 5. I don't get it. So I don't think I don't like that. Mark Canha is fascinating to me. He doesn't play very much. Doesn't hit the four-seamer very well. It's just probably not smart to get cute. Don't force anything here. I think it's fine. I just don't really love the park. I don't love the park. Would favor right-handed batters. Bobby Witt, Mark Canha, I looked at. Somebody wanted an extra peek at Max Muncy. We can do that real quick. Noah Cameron, Max Muncy. Not a lot of data in this system for Ballpark Pals. Has a moderate advantage for Cameron. Just there's not a lot of information because Max Muncy is kind of unknown or new to the league. He swings hard. I mean, that's insane. To have this, like, to have Max Muncy's batted balls be 12% higher than the league average at this number and then lower here, like this is telling you that when Max Muncy gets contact, when he bats a ball, he is swinging hard as heck. Hard as heck. He is out there to rake. And his good launch angle. You know what? Because he's got a lefty, I personally don't love it. What's his number, though? 870 is fine. Rafi, I think you asked. It's hard to say because he's still so young and new. We don't have a ton of data. But I can tell you with confidence, the park is going to favor righties. The pitching is going to favor righties. And you're taking a righty who's going out there and appears to be swinging for the fences every time. So at 870, I think you could invest worse. There's worse spots you could bet. So yeah, you may have talked me into it. Let's write it. Let's have some fun, right? Max Muncy. I think there are some pieces that fit. And as a lean, I wouldn't take him under 800. I think there's something there. I'll give you some credit for drawing that out. Jack Cag's first home run. I just can't do it against a lefty in this park. Long shot today, Caglione, Miguel Garcia, and Jacob Wilson's. Yeah, Bill, I don't know if Jacob Wilson, I think there's spots where Jacob Wilson is playable. He could hit one. I just don't think that this stadium is a place where you take a guy like Wilson and see him have success. I would imagine that a lot of Jacob Wilson's home runs are at home, where he's playing in that park. 8 home runs is a lot. How many are at home? He's playing in that park. That's just small. 4 home, 4 and away. Can we find the aways real quick? At Houston, so short porch and left. at home against Minnesota, at home against Chicago, at Colorado, so that makes sense, and Coors. So, just a lot of his home runs are at hitter-friendly parks, and this is not a hitter-friendly park whatsoever. So that's why I'd be scared on Wilson. I think Garcia probably has it in him. And if you guys want to play Caglione, if you want to be on his first MLB home run, go for it. I think it's a bad spot with Park and pitching. Okay, moving on. We can get rid of that. I don't know why that's still up. Oh, do we see the finish line? Oh my gosh, we still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. I'm so slow. Oh man, I'm gonna have to tell my father. I'm gonna ruin his Father's Day. We're gonna be having a late lunch. Okay, you know what? I have to make this decision for myself. I have to make this decision because I don't want to do him. I don't want to be poor to him. I'm gonna stop the live stream. This was awesome. We may be able to do it. If we really have 300 views on this, that's awesome. We're gonna cut it off here. We're going to say this was fun enough and enjoyable enough for me that we can do this another time, maybe on a smaller slate, like one of those Tuesday 3, 4, 5, 6 game slates. We're going to stop the live stream. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to make my video, go over everything, and then I'll be able to make it to lunch on time with my father on Father's Day, which seems like something I should prioritize, right? So thank you guys. Seriously, this is awesome. I just... Like I've said 100 times, I want to. I'm building up to this being a job, and it's like it makes me so happy, right? Like I'm just so thankful that strangers on the internet come by on a Sunday morning and hang out with me. I sound like a loser, but that's cool. That's awesome, and to be able to turn this into something that potentially could support my family is it's just like, I can't put it into words. It's awesome. It's fantastic. It's humbling. It's great. So yes, Dustin, more live streams. Go give your kiddos a hug today. And we'll catch you guys on the video that I'll publish in about a half hour. And we'll do more of these. Maybe we can plan like a day a week. We do these. I just need to figure out I know weekends is probably better for people, but it's always the early games and the ton of games. So, if you would have won yesterday, you would have donated huge. Hey, Alan, I appreciate that. I want people to win big off my picks and then keep all the money, right? Because I'm going to give out some bad picks, and you're going to be like tailing me on bad picks sometimes. Weekend programming in this niche is easy competitor. Just keep that in mind. Is that good or bad, Steve? Easy competitors? Weekend programming in this niche is easy competitors. Are you saying I need to do it more on weekdays? Can't confirm Wilson and Garcia do not have cranking power. Yeah, Rafi. Steve, what are you saying? Weekend programming in this niche is easy competitors. Keep that in mind. Weekend programming in this niche is easy competitors. Are you saying that it's easy to compete or not easy to compete because there's more people out there doing weekend programming? Steve, I can't read it. I don't know, Steve. And then there's a delay, so now I got to wait for Steve to appreciate the time you spent on Father's Day, Bill. Yeah, Bill, it's easy when your kid's out of town. It makes it a little easier. Weekends are flooded. Oh, weekdays is flooded. Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, so maybe focus on weekends. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work. We'll do it. I want more live streams. This was fun. This was good. I didn't think there'd be this many people coming in and chatting. Like, I love the chatter. If I'm just on here talking to myself, it's awkward. So weekdays is flooded with handicaps. Yeah, you're right. So maybe we'll focus on weekends. Okay. Take care, guys. We'll talk to you on this full video when it comes out. I'm going to say 11:15-ish. Got to pick your time slots. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm stopping this now before I read more comments. Love you guys.